first class flights. Just give me one song, bet I change your playlist. Most dudes play for games, I'm going for the next man. Hall of Fame till I die. Working on a grave shift. Owe it to my moms, chained up on them slave ships. Owe it to Lil' Bruh them, got me out the Matrix. My alien amigos, who drive me out the spaceship. All I have, one life, watch it burn down the night. All I have, one mind, world tour, first class flights. Just give me one song, bet I change your playlist. Most dudes play for games, I'm going for the next man.
Together, we back together, uplifting each other, yeah.
Got the crowd going nuts. Alley for the big man. Crossover got him stuck, walking on quicksand. Flame you till it all fall. Ain't no foul ref, that's all ball. Game 7 every time I play. Hard work and see a brighter day. Talking Houston comic kinda fly. Getting bigger in Texas. Me and you in the verses. Guess that brother got a death wish. Doctor with the healing herbs. But please don't test my patience. Can't pull up in the caravan when it ain't about no payments.
Disclaimer. This video is made for entertainment purpose only. It doesn't mean to hurt any. And don't take it seriously.
Alright, Jim, I know you've been trying to get your head around some of the social issues we discussed yesterday. I'm sure you're feeling confused and a little unsure of yourself.
I'm not confused at all, actually, PC Principal.
Okay, well, no, you are confused.
I'm pretty sure you're the one that's confused, but go ahead.
Because you don't grasp the severity of this, and that's why I brought in another young person with disabilities to share his feelings. Thanks for coming in to talk to us, Nathan.
I like apples and bananas.
Me too, bro, me too. Nathan, could you tell Jimmy how you feel when people use the word retarded?
It hurts my feelings because I feel bad. Are you serious right now?
You feel bad, right. You feel like that's a no-no word, right?
That word makes my heart piss its pants.
Okay, wow, that's pretty heavy. Pretty heavy, huh, Jim?
Do you want to ask him what he means by that, or are you just pandering because you're uncomfortable around disabled people?
I am not uncomfortable! I simply care about a horrible, outdated word that is exclusive, ignores individuality, and equates intellectual disability with being in its spot. I need a spotter. Spot me. Somebody spot me, bro. And it's part of a derogatory hate speech which fosters isolation and loneliness, and being part of a voice to stop the R word is not only right but extremely important.
I'm afraid of bears. Hey, Nathan, hold up. What were you doing in there? What do you mean, Jimmy? Are you mad? Come on, Nathan. You and I both know you use the word retarded 400 times a day. Oh, Jimmy. So righteous, aren't you? So blind to everything that's going on. What are you talking about? You really think all the changes happening to this town are just coincidence? This goes so much deeper than you can possibly imagine, Jim. Everyone's about to learn the truth. And then, there's a war coming. A war, Jim. And I'm just gonna make sure I'm on the right side of it.
Come on, boys, let's get back to class.
I like to smell trees!
Easy to go.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. The smoke will never clear. Smack.
Energy, I'm giving nothing but energy. Enemies, you niggas snakes, not enemies. Me? Put respect when you mention me. Too much money, y'all won't see. Wavy, what you won't be. Energy, I'm giving nothing but energy. Enemies, y'all niggas snakes, not enemies. Me? Put respect when you mention me. Too much money, y'all won't see. Wavy, what you won't be. I put the Fonto in the ball, get the pullin' like a shooting star. Need a Lambo truck and the Audemars from the bottom. We don't come way too far. Shit gas, got it straight from Mars. She got a fat ass, we won't hit it raw. Can't get trapped, no, not at all. Throw the ass clapper like a curtain call. Don't need no garbage tryna tag along. I'm a matador to the bullshit. Niggas get clipped for the wrong one. Stay solid, it was all love. Till the tables turn, niggas got off through the back door. On the back block, shit is mad hot. Rolling up a split, I heard mad shots. Boys spin, that's why I heard something, I ain't heard nothing. Street is rugged, all about survival. Keep an eye on your rival, or get corrected like a typo. Stomach shift, give him lipo. Feel it like he Michael. Now he's searching from the Bible. Now that motherfucker liable. Energy, I'm giving nothing but energy. Enemies, you niggas snakes, not enemies. Me? Put respect when you mention me. Too much money, y'all won't see. Wavy, what you won't be. Energy, I'm giving nothing but energy. Enemies, y'all niggas snakes, not enemies. Me? Put respect when you mention me. Too much money, y'all won't see. Wavy, what you won't be.
I already know what the fuck going on.
I fuck around and get you televised. Please don't tell no lies. He claiming that he gang, but he ain't never slide. We don't never diss no ops because them niggas die. Put some wings up on them boys and watch them niggas fly. He thought he was that nigga, but he ain't that guy. Yeah, that bitch is bad, but I heard her pussy dry. Rap didn't work, but I gave it another try. It get hot up in that kitchen like it's mama fried. Can't forget the day I made my mama cry. Cause I like to hang with niggas doing homicides. Bitches whoopty till I died, ain't no switching sides. Pussy nigga told on me he couldn't do the time. Yeah, we grew up from that bullshit, now we moving wise. Never moving with a lot, just a couple guys who be on some real shit and I know sucker time. Them type of niggas who could catch you, you could never hide. My niggas get away with murders, they got alibis. Bitch, I'm smoking on that side, I'm getting elevated. Them niggas said they do, but I can tell them niggas hate it. I had to get it on my own, bitch, fuck being patient. Too much time was wasted. Bitch, I need blue faces. Fuck a bitch, you basic. I ain't in the saving. I ain't get it out the mud, I got it out the basement. FBI even tried, but they couldn't try. I got bitches making videos. I got plenty hoes. I just killed a tall bitch up on my tippy toes. Then I set that bitch up for the pick and roll. You know I ain't into love, I just give and go. These niggas and these bitches typical. They got shit to do. Claiming that they moving, but they on elliptical. But talking they gon' slide, they get critical. On the t-shirt and balloon, how they remember you. I fuck around and get you televised. Please don't tell no lies. He claiming that he gang, but he ain't never slide. We don't never diss no ops because them niggas die. Put some wings up on them boys and watch them niggas fly. He thought he was that nigga, but he ain't that guy. Yeah, that bitch is bad, but I heard her pussy dry. Rap didn't work, but I gave it another try. It get hot up in that kitchen like it's mama fried.
Yeah, man. In America. Flatbush 2022.
I get on that stage and I tear it up, but they say that I'm causing hysteria. No, they do not want me in them areas. Been feeling like they do not care enough. I don't know what you see when you stare at us. Hey, young black man in America. Hey, young black man in America. I got a soul and you cannot tame it. The love that I got, no, you can't attain it. You and me be the source of your entertainment, but you clutching your purse cause you think I'm dangerous. We in danger, then they want us extinct. This shit is deeper than y'all niggas think. But you want that Gucci, that Louis, that mate. I'm on a break, I'm losing my sanity, done with that vanity. I wanna vacate and chill in the canopy. Mad at these rappers be dealing with apathy. They doing drugs too casually, we looking for a new strategy. My niggas moving with word like they faculty, mass students instead of mass shooters. I move with that peace, but I'm past Buddha and we blast rulers. Y'all niggas rapping about silly things. I dance to y'all squares like Billie Jean. I've been smoking this weed since like 17. It was days where I thought it was medicine, but now that I'm older and keep my composure, I know that they told you I'm menacing. Well done. Let it sink, let it sink. You cannot stop my endeavors. They told me start applying that pressure. Wrongful eviction, that shit from my head up. Got on my back, now I'm chasing some cheddar. He ride as ever, I gotta do better. Won't settle for less, man. Send the address, we don't play with those stress. They try to get all the slaves in check. Now we slave for the checks. IRS want my mama in debt. I've been trying to get up out of this mess. I'm not no dummy, niggas die for respect. She just want me take some time to reflect. She tired of smelling that weed on my breath. Shout out mama, all she want is the best. Shout out mama, all she want is the best. Shout out mama, all she want is the young black man in America. I get on that stage and I tear it up, but they say that I'm causing hysteria. No, they do not want me in them areas. Been feeling like they do not care enough. I don't know what you see when you stare at us. Hey, young black man in America. Hey, young black man in America. Young black man in America. I get on that stage and I tear it up, but they say that I'm causing hysteria. No, they do not want me in them areas. Been feeling like they do not care enough. I don't know what you see when you stare at us. Hey, young black man in America. Hey, young black man in America. Who that? A man's impatient, a man's been patient. My hands been shaking, you tried to make it. They say they made you, you tried to break out, then they break you. Yeah, they bait you, that's everyday news. And that's what plagues me, and that's what plagues you. Too much pulpit, too much bullshit. I think my plate full on Miss America. Let me save you, let me save you. I'll persuade you to drop the fables and drop the labels and drop the Grey Goose. And after day 1 and after day 2 and after day 3, if that don't change you and that don't make you less distasteful, a little more graceful, a little more grateful, a little more thankful, a little more faithful.
Mother, I'm coming home. I follow you into the park, through the jungle, through the dark. God, I never loved one like you. Boats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I'll be here never out with you. We laugh until we think we'll die.
Never called me on my birthday. Why'd you even come to the party in the first place? You've been looking at me in the worst way. Oh, here we go. I don't wanna turn it to the worst case. What's the scenario? I can't feel a thing, I'm numbing. Still I feel your body on me. I can't feel a thing, I'm numbing. Still I feel your body on me. Why you never called before you come through? Whatever party's over, you can tell the rest of the crew. Why you only call them dreams when they come true? I'd give give all of me for some of you, but I can't feel a thing, I'm numbing. Still I feel your body on me. I can't feel a thing, I'm numbing. Still I feel your body on me. I really was so into you. You're the friend I don't wanna lose. If I had a choice, it's you I choose. But my heart's a tad bit bruised. I try to get you off my mind, but a remedy I cannot find for you. say I love you in another way. If you can't comprehend the other ways, what more can I do? How can I say I love you in another way? If you can't comprehend the other ways, what more can I do? How can I say I love you in another way? If you can't comprehend the other ways, what more can I do? How can I say I love you in another way? If you can't comprehend the other ways, what more can I do?
What more can I do?
How can I say I love you in another way? If you can't comprehend the other ways, what more can I do?
What's going on, gang? It's your boy Ghetto. Hope everybody's having a great day, week, month, year. Halfway through the year, I know, right? Time flying, stuff crazy. UFOs in the sky, wars, rumors of wars, mutinies, sieges, all type of wild things going on. You can feel it in the air. You can hear it in the voice. You know what I mean? You can feel it in the air. But all jokes aside, gang, it's some crazy things going on out there, and it's some beautiful, amazing things going on as well. It's all about your perception on it. The glass is never half full of half. The glass is never always full of or completely full or completely empty. It's your perspective and your perception, and whether you are taking or refilling, whether you are just a taker or whether you are a filler upper of sorts. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who always balances out energy, you try to give as much as you take, then you'll always be able to find that balance. You'll always be able to find that reciprocity. Eventually, you may not get it when you want it. It may get aggravating. We all get aggravated as humans, but keep putting out that work, keep putting out that positive vibration, keep putting out that dope energy. And see what you get, see what you cultivate, see what you bring back around to you. I guarantee you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you can do, what you can quote unquote manifest, what you can create with your energy, with your constant, consistent perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, and execution of plans. Work the plan the work, then work the plan. They say, I can't remember the saying exactly, but if I'm not mistaken, a dream written down turns into a plan with dates turns into a strategy with goals turns into a business, your execution, your opportunities. But yeah, I'm not going to belabor the point, man. I got one of the dopest, legendary, iconic brothers in the hip hop scene, period, if you ask me, but definitely in the NY area coming up. I could give this dude flowers for days, but I'm just going to give a few. Phenomenal MC, dope lyricist, dope wordsmith, creator of the vibes, legendary Cypher, MVP. If you, you know what I mean, and I say that humbly with respects to everybody else who is an amazing part of the legendary Cypher team. But just a dude whose energy and whose presence brings so many different people of different walks of life together. If you've never had a chance to check out the legendary Cypher and see what he does and see how he is a cultivator of dope vibes and dope artistry, but B, a person who can have so many people from corporate America to the who's who in the entertainment industry to just people walking by, enjoying their day, all come together and enjoy hip hop in its purest raw form. Then do yourself a favor and check him out, because now he's got the TV show too, which we'll get into. I got the brother Eli Black joining us up here, man. Let me add him to the stream. Good brother, how are you? Thank you so much for popping in.
Yo, is it cool if I just rock with the audio?
Oh, it would be really appreciated if you could do the vid.
Give me like 2 seconds. I got you.
Absolutely, no problem.
I'm gonna go backstage real quick.
No problem. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, man. So like I was saying, like amazing lyricist, dope scholar. While we wait for the good brother to pop out, let's check out a story of the day, man. So many crazy things going on in the world of hip hop and the world period. And I guess semi-interesting news. Interesting to me because I'm a fan and an advocate, but let's see. So according to hotnewhiphop.com, Jaden Smith says Jada introduced the family to psychedelics. The Smith family appears to have, hey, good brother, hold on 1 second. The Smith family appears to have found a newfound appreciation for psychedelic substances. According to Jaden Smith, his mother, Jada Pinkett Smith, introduced psychedelics to the family. Per Essence magazine, the entrepreneur and artist appeared as a guest speaker at the Psychedelic Science Conference in Denver. During his appearance, he opened up about his experience with psychedelic substances. He explained that it was his mother who initially helped introduce him to hallucinogens. I think it was my mom, actually. That was really the first one to take that step for the family, he said. And, that's kind of fire, having somebody in your family who's willing to help, guide you down those paths. And, so you don't have to have those experiences crazy, in a corner to yourself and have people looking at you like you're some type of weirdo. To have a family that's that open and accepting sometimes can definitely be to your advantage. Article continues. Jaden explained that his mother had already uncovered the benefits of psychedelics. From there, she shared her discoveries with the rest of the family. It was just her for a really, really long time. And then eventually it just trickled and evolved, and everybody found it in their own ways, he explained. Jaden said that it's helped him in many, many ways, from his own ventures to how he approaches his philanthropic work and even his personal relationships. Ultimately, Jaden has found the use of hallucinogens as an incredibly useful tool in his life. Shout out to hotnewhiphop.com. What you think about that, bro? That Jaden said his mom's help the whole family get into their first trips and they understanding of the hallucinogens of the world. What you think?
I'm not surprised, honestly, man. That family is interesting. I feel like they be tweaking out together all the time.
hey, man, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at it either, man. I respect it.
Absolutely. But how are you, brother? What's going down? I got Eli Black in the building. What's good, brother?
Oh boy, let me see, man. Yo, you know what's funny? I tried this. Let's hear this right here. It's finished right now. I tried this pen the other day, right? It's supposed to be it's THC, but it has mushroom extract in it as well.
A pen with THC and mushroom extract. That's crazy.
But it's interesting because, like, obviously you're not gonna like trip off of it. But it was cool. But I feel like it was like.
It was more for the microdose vibes?
Say it again?
It was more for the microdosing vibe, or what?
Yeah, but it's interesting because, like, you got to think about it. It's like a pen. Like, how much you got to smoke at once to start feeling it? You know what I mean? Like, so it didn't really hit like that. I was just extra high, if anything.
I hear you. You care to share which brand manufacturer was? Was it one of the cookies joints? Because I know Bernard said he was trying to start combining those.
It's Dozo.
Okay.
Dozo. Apparently they got like strong gummies and stuff like that.
That's fire.
Yeah, but
that's interesting. So they leave the THCA in it, so they don't even activate it. I guess they let the heat from the pen activate it, right?
Right. You got to heat up the pen,
and then that'll turn the A into C. So I guess that's kind of smart because then it's not double burning it. That's kind of
See, I
fire.
don't know nothing about that, man. There's a whole science to it.
But that's fire, man. But yo, brother, first and foremost, thank you so much for your time, good bro. And secondly, man, how does it feel to be 10 plus years into arguably the dopest cypher running through the city?
Yo, it's one of those things where it's like I feel like one day I'm gonna finally have a moment to just sit down and like actually settle and feel it all. You know what I mean? Because we're on such a consistent, basis. Even when the cypher stops during the off season, we're still meeting up, regularly and building. We're still on phone calls. Like I'm about to go to a meeting with somebody about the cypher after this. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
So it's like we're just constantly going. So it's like I don't really get the moments. The moments sometimes to just sit and appreciate it. But when I do, it's like, yeah, this is special. This is special. Yeah,
that's fire. Amazing, man. And you guys just started well, not just started, but like for a while now, you've had the TV show. I guess, what would you say, the TV show component or the TV show extra bonus of the cypher going on as well? Like what would you describe it as, if for people who may not be privy yet?
Yo, so the TV show, I feel like it's important because just like when we live stream or post on Instagram or post the cypher on YouTube, not everybody can make it. So it's like, and not everybody knows it exists as well. So BronxNet had reached out to us about starting a TV series.
Shout out to BronxNet.
Yeah, so we took it into our own hands. We filmed it. Like, shout out to Mickey, one of the other brothers that runs the cypher.
Much love to Mickey, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. How we rapping and how we get hyper. If y'all know what this is, the legendary cypher. Front to back, if you love it where you at, say hell yeah. Hell yeah. From side to side, if you loving the vibe, say hell yeah. Yeah. If you loving the cypher, then throw your fist up. If you loving the cypher, then throw your fist up. If you loving the cypher, then throw your fist up and say hell yeah. Hell yeah. Say hell yeah. Hell yeah. Say hell yeah. Yeah. If you love hip hop, if you love legendary ciphers and the aesthetics of New Yorkisms, can I get a yeah?
Yeah, Mickey, he filmed it. He did the editing. I mean, well, we all kind of like, it's interesting. Like, we not at this point, we don't have our camera person anymore, so we are the camera people. So we're filming the cypher, taking turns with the camera. Me, D Nasty, Mickey Bourne. You know what I mean? Anybody else that feels
D Nasty too.
Yes, sir. Shout out to D Nasty, the master.
Facts, man.
Yo, he put blood in your mouth to turn you into the crimson chin. I understand I had to really leave him trembling. Losers losing, winners win. I had to spit again and rush off with plenty adrenaline. Every time I grab the microphone, I have him trembling. Understand I really just wrecked you. Planetary beatdown, I crash nebulous.
Hey, yo, that sounds regular. That sound unregular. I say peace, God, and they thought that I was secular. But yo, son, I'm never worried. Why does I do that? Because sometimes I'll be at home listening to speeches like Malcolm, by any means necessary, man.
Hey, yo, you understand that we had to come through and straight put him to work. You said peace, God, so I came through with the sun on my shirt. Nasty Nas, and I spit it. That's nasty balls. Let's go.
D Nasty, the master.
Facts, man.
Yeah, shout out to BronxNet. We didn't necessarily have to end the series, but we stopped right now. After about 12 episodes, we stopped in May, just so we could like get new footage from this season.
Beautiful. Very nice. So you essentially put out like a season 1. You know what I'm saying? And then now y'all go, when y'all get collect the next set of content, y'all gonna drop season 2 on them. That's fire, man.
Pardon the noise in the background.
Nah, we good, brother. It's not too loud. It's not too loud. It's very dope. Here in the building with Eli Black. I'm sorry, go ahead, please.
Also shout out to our family in Minnesota. Shout out to our family. His brother's name is Chaz Kangas. He used to pull up to the cypher. So he's one of those cats that you wouldn't think he raps, but he can rap his butt off, man. Like he won Freestyle Mondays like 16 times, like a little short white dude from you know what I mean? But he's just fam out, and he moved out to Minnesota. He was in New York, then he moved back to Minnesota, I guess. But he has like a couple of connections with radio stations, like he's played my music on the stations. But he has connections to the public access channels in Minnesota as well. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna show basically reruns of season 1 are gonna play out on the public access channel in Minnesota.
Fire.
Yeah, exactly. You feel me? So it's like
that's how you do
that way
it,
we get to spread it even more. You feel me?
That is exactly how you do it, man. That's fire. That's amazing. So just a couple questions about your background, if you don't mind. So like,
you mind this all good?
No, yeah, brother, light up. I actually might light up enjoying you, brother. We could turn this into a peace pipe session. That word. Shout out to the missus. She was just grounding up in the background.
Peace.
Word, peace to the goddesses. Word. Yo, so always a New York cat or a transplant? Like, has the journey been always a amalgamation of New York excellence, or is it more cross country vibe?
Oh no, of course, man. I'm from Queens, man.
Shout to Queens. Yo, low key, Queens be putting out a lot of dope rappers, man. And it's like, I know it's always been the Brooklyn, Queens beef and Yada Ray and Bronx feeling like, you know, they got the crown on it, and rightfully so for being, you know, such a pillar in the original early days of the party rocking. But it wasn't the only places parties was rocking. It might just be the place that gets most of the most notable narrative. But I say all that to say so many dope rappers come out of Queens, people that just have had such an amazing impact on the game from not only an artistic perspective, but from a business perspective. Why, even people like 50 from Queens, Nas from Queens, and these are people that have been ingenuitive and also the business side of the game far more than some people who came before them. Why do you think that Queens artists and entrepreneurs don't get the same appreciation, or low key don't get the same notoriety?
That's interesting. You know, also shout out to Russell Simmons, of course.
Come on. What we took? These are the architects.
You know, even if you want to talk about what Noriega's doing now.
Come on, bro. Noriega, come on, brother. It's a long list. It's a long list.
Yo,
like that.
I feel like Queens is just Queens is like,
is Queens just too cool to care?
Yeah.
Like they know they killing it out there, they don't give a damn.
I almost want to say yes, you know what I mean? Because like, you know, there's certain parts of the city, there's certain parts of the Bronx that are just out there. You know, they're kind of in their own world. I feel like Queens is just like, it's in its own world a lot of times, and there's so many different areas of Queens. Like,
even Action Bronson in more modern times. Yourself, I mean, you guys is really putting in this amazing impact on the game. Like, not from just artists, but you guys literally be creating cultural vibes and entrepreneurship. And sometimes I think it's overlooked. Like full blown entrepreneurship. But it's sometimes it seems like the way y'all swag and laid back, it just, you know, Queens don't be giving the F. Y'all just get into the bag.
Yo, what they say, Queens get the money, long time.
Come on.
Yeah, I honestly, man, that's a good question. I don't know what it is though. Why it's like slept on. I think it's probably because I'm not gonna say it's like few cats from Queens compared to Brooklyn or elsewhere, but I don't feel like the list goes on as long, maybe. Or maybe, I don't know. It's Queens, man. Like, nobody think about it. If people go to different parts of the world, everybody wants to assume if you're from New York, they're gonna think you're from Brooklyn or you're from Harlem, right?
Right.
Like, nobody thinks about Queens. The Bronx gets its shout outs because of hip hop, but nobody thinks about Queens. I don't know why. I think that's just the culture of the world, honestly. We're gonna put it on the map though. We're still working.
I mean, man. I think you said that very well. So all right, cool. So NY roots and
spend some time in Brooklyn too.
Yeah. That's what's up. So as far as your music is concerned, production, songwriting, performing on a bunch of stages all across the place. What's some of the dopest stages you feel in your career you've performed on so far? Maybe not the biggest ones, but the ones you feel like, yo, these stand out for the vibe and how the crowd was, whatever the experience was. The cab was late, you almost got into a car crash, whatever it was. Like what's some of the dopest stages you feel you've rocked around the cities or even outside the city?
I got so many stories, man. I mean, because I mean, first off, let me shout out like legendary ciphers we've been able to rock at colleges, colleges upstate, not just with legendary ciphers, but other collectives I was part of before. But also, we've rocked at middle schools, high schools, just all of the educational institutes that allowed us in, what I mean, allowed us to do our thing, whether it be with Cypher or just for other people I was rocking with. Aside from that, and that list goes on too. Like I appreciate having that on my accolades, just a lot of colleges and things like that. But
amazing resume. That's a fact.
Aside from that, I would say definitely when I went to Switzerland with End of the Week. That was
shout to the End of the Week showcase too.
Yeah, that was just incredible in general. That was my only time performing outside of the country. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely. How you feel that out of the country experience impacted your music going forward? Like did you what do you feel you pulled from that you carried with you?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, right? Because I don't know if I allowed it to impact me like I could have. Just because like it was an interesting time period. Like it was like a really good year kind of thing. Like 2016, I had went. It was a good year, and then I think it was about a month before I went to Switzerland. That's when Majesty passed away.
Oh, R.I.P. to Majesty, man.
Right. So it was like even after like I came back from Switzerland, it was like so much of the energy had changed into kind of just being focused on legendary ciphers. You know what I mean? Like it was like we had to figure out like how to move and whatnot. So like my music was still, it still was what it was, but I had just dropped the project also like a month before that. So
yeah, if you don't mind, brother, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but if you don't mind, could you share with people who Majesty was and his impact on the start of legendary ciphers, just briefly?
Of course. So Daniel Majesty Sanchez, that's the founder of Legendary Ciphers. So I've known him. I knew him since 2010. He was an activist. You would see him leading marches, protests, things like that, helping out families of police brutality victims. But he was also a super dope MC. Like he worked with Immortal Technique early in his career. He was part of the Monster Island Czars with Doom and a couple of other cats. He's just incredible person, incredible MC. He was there for the people. And he was one of the founders of Legendary Ciphers, and he's the one who really set the foundation for what it is now.
Definitely
but
appreciate
he was also
that.
part of End of the Week as well. He was one of the hosts of End of the Week.
Definitely appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, man, please continue. So bro, of course. So you were saying that as far as your individual shows, that the show overseas was definitely one of the dopest with End of the Week. That's fire, man. Oh, so many people don't even get that opportunity. That's an amazing feat in and of itself.
Right.
Oh,
it's like
I'm sorry.
interesting to like the underground hip hop scene. It opens up the door for a lot of opportunities. Like I know a lot of people travel just for like educational purposes alone. Like Mickey travels regularly with the Bronx Berlin connection. That's a couple of people I know. They go to Berlin like maybe a few times a year. I mean, a few times.
Now, what's the Bronx Berlin connection, if you don't mind, for those that might not be aware?
I can't give you the full definition of what it is. I know a couple of the people who run it. Shout out to Far Beyond. I don't know exactly all of the people connected with it, but it is something where they take a group of youth, like they're about to go again in October. They take a group of youth like 18 to 25, I believe, something like that. Different types of arts, and they connect with I guess another group in Berlin, like literally like Bronx Berlin, like it's like more like New York Berlin, I guess you could say. Because I've also met some of the people. Some of the people from Berlin have come to the Cypher as well.
That's sick.
Yeah. So it's like, we actually, come to think of it, we did an event with the Bronx Berlin connection. I think it was in December at La Mama Theater. It was in the Lower East Side. Yeah, that was really dope. I performed one of my tracks, and then there was like a couple of dancers were like dancing to my songs and stuff. Like it was really dope.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
How do you guys parse having such a connection overseas? Because I mean, with the Cypher, I mean, you guys really have tapped into true lovers of hip hop across the globe. Does it still surprise you that you guys have been able to have such an impact far beyond just the corners of 14th Street? Like does it still like amaze you, or is it every day at this point?
It definitely amazes me. It's one of those things like what I was saying earlier, where it's like I appreciate it, but I don't know if it's hard to appreciate it while I'm in it still. You know what I mean? Just because it's like a constant engine. And maybe I don't want to say it's a flaw of mine. It's something I'm trying to work on, trying to like sit there in the moment and appreciate it. But everything just moves so fast a lot of times, like with the Cypher, you know what I mean? Like at the Cypher, and then just the thinking about it just never stops, you know what I mean? Like what's next, what's next kind of thing. But I would definitely say the international family is crazy. Like, respect to EO Dub in the way that at the end of the week, the way that they were able to, set chapters all around the world. You know what I mean? That's not easy. That's not easy because you got to find multiple people that are dedicated the way you are to running an organization, But that is a plan. That is something that we foresee in the future, just because we have so many international connections. I do see us having, legendary ciphers elsewhere, all around the world. There's a lot of ciphers that we've inspired around the country already. There's a few ciphers in Canada that's been inspired by us. There's people that look at what we do and they're like, oh, yo, let's do this. So yeah, it's a worldwide family. Worldwide family. That's why we do the live stream,
Nah, that's amazing. Hold on 1 second.
Do you think?
Yes, sir, brother. Appreciate you, man. So that's amazing. Like, and bring it up to the modern times. You've been able to bring together, like I was saying in the intro, like I mean, everybody in all types of walks of life. How do you, as like it's like you almost are you're definitely not almost, you're literally like, you and Mickey, of course, is participating as not only participants in the Cypher, but the masters of ceremonies. Y'all keeping the energy and the flow. Y'all keeping some people from overhogging the mic. Y'all letting other people feel warm and ingratiated in. Y'all definitely be opening up to people of every walk and persuasion all across the potluck of New York City. Y'all let the girls come in and have love. Y'all had specific ciphers where y'all just dedicated it to the ladies. Y'all have had specific ciphers where you've dedicated it to other particular events, and not only things that's of things that people, New Yorkers, or just people that you like that share your complexion would think of, but people from all walks of life would appreciate. Like how do you create such a all-encompassing, welcoming vibe like that every single week, bro?
Yo, it's one of those things where it built itself, I would say. And what we do is we just pay attention to what's needed and what's happening. Like if we realize like people come to us sometimes like, oh, we feel like I can't rap. Everybody's rapping too much, Or if you notice that there's new people that haven't been in the Cypher, whether it be they're regulars but they haven't pulled up yet. I mean, they haven't rapped yet that night, or they're just a brand new person. They never seen this before. It's just a matter of just, it's humanity, like to say the least, you know what I mean? Because we always say the Cypher is like, it reflects life and life reflects the Cypher in so many different ways, because that's one of the few places you can go where you can look at all different kind of people. And it's not like you're in a museum. It's not like you're, at an amusement park. It's like you're at a hip hop event in the middle of the street, just a bunch of people yelling over beats. You know what I mean? Like, so for people to naturally just gather to that, it's something that us as the host, we got to pay attention to that. It's like, yo, what's making this work? What's making people walk away? You know what I mean? What's making people stay for an hour, stay for 2 hours? What's making people look at it and then leave? what's making people laugh, you know.
No, man, that's amazing, man. It's like, just not to cut you off, I apologize, but just having that, like you said, that empathy, or like that sensitivity to so many people across so many different denominations, so many different markets, so many different target demographics, and you guys pull a little bit from each of those pockets of market share, you know what I'm saying? And then you have this potluck where everybody's sitting there talking, everybody smoking, everybody vibing, everybody nodding their head, everybody enjoying the music. People that's just visiting the city for the first time, or people that, like you said, been there for the 100th time, like they all feel comfortable. And I really think it's because of the welcoming vibe y'all create, and at times the regulation that y'all put down as y'all see fit need to. And I think that's dope. It really shows that y'all care about the product and the brand that y'all putting out, and the thing that y'all putting y'all stamp on, and the legacy of it that y'all trying to keep going forward. Am I accurate in that assessment?
No, definitely. And I'll even say this, man. I think people notice and respect when they see us regulating it. You know, whether it be like somebody getting out of control, or just the way that we, you know, pass it off to different people. Like, people respect that. The audience respects that, and they give us respect, you know, when they see that happening, because they see the work that it takes, and they see that, you know, they see that, like, you know, we're actually running this event. Like, we're actually orchestrating this event. Like, it's actually something that's happening. It's not just a random thing. The people that are organizing it are really organizing it, and they actually care what's happening.
And it's not like, no, man, absolutely. And y'all doing that in real time around the hustle and bustle of the city simultaneously going on. How does that dynamic play into how you guys plan out, without throwing us all your gems and secrets, of course, you know, because I understand you gotta keep something in your pocket.
Yo, honestly, it's one of those things where I feel like I said, like, at this point, we're watching the Cypher. We're in it, but we're watching it. You know what I mean? So we're constantly studying the Cypher, but also just, you know, being blessed to have people around us that maybe hit us up with opportunities and things like that, to continuously connect with other people. You know, meeting people at the Cypher that are constantly building with us. And then outside of that, you know, like we're here now, but something I always point out to everybody on the team is that, you know, everything that we were planning before is, like, it's still happening. Like, it's happening now. Like, so we're on pace, like, towards what we've been planning and whatnot, you know. And that's why we keep going in the winter. We just, like, in the winter, we just keep building on ideas, keep meeting up with each other, and just having meetings. Our meetings be longer than the Cypher half the time, you know. We're just the four of us, like going into 1 o'clock in the morning in the winter, and then we got to walk to the train and it's brick. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we really like, you know, we take the time to do this and really build on it, because we really have to.
Absolutely, man. It sounds like you are a true believer, and you get in what you put out. And I mean, you get out what you put in. I said it in reverse, but you understood. You understood what I meant. And you guys are putting in the energy and cultivating a brand that people can believe in. Like, how important do you think that is in business overall? Like, just being a brand that people can rely on, that people can trust in, that does quality control, if you will. How important do you think that is as a concept for any type of business, whether you hustling bread or flipping balls? You know what I'm saying? like, how important is that concept?
Yo, I think it's super important, and especially because something that we do, like, we always say, there's no lane for a Cypher like what we do. Like, you've had your, like, internet ciphers that, you know, may go viral for a few days or whatever, you know, people in the studio in front of a microphone. But what we do, there's no market for it. This doesn't exist. It's not a bunch of niggas in the middle of the street just rapping. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like we have to be strategic and be wise about the way that we move about, you know, presenting ourselves, because, like I said, there's nothing for it. So if we're creating that lane, then we have to show people, like, yo, this is us. this is what we do. This is a battle? No, it's not a battle. This is what we do. This is me. 1, 2, 3, 4. We run this. It was founded by this person. Come check it out. You know what I mean? Like we really got to show people. We got to show people like that there's an international audience. We got to show people that there's teenagers that been watching us since they were 12 and now they pull up when they're 18. You know what I mean? Like we gotta show people that. So that's super important. I think that's super important.
Absolutely. I would love to change gears real quick and get your opinion on a story. Chilling with Eli Black. This is one for the ages.
Trapped in my mind, it's no surprise I say need you. What can I provide? I can't decide, I still see you. Sometimes I might see blue clouds and purple skies. In purple skies, my favorite hue. You're my favorite view. You get me high and say the rain. It's just the way you cry, and now you hate it when I say goodbye. in the other ways. What more can I do?
One for the ages.
Peace to the God, Phantom Fuego.
Appreciate you, brother. Absolutely. So I'm not sure if you are aware, but I'm sure, you know, you keeping your ear to the streets. You all have heard Casanova, unfortunately, or you know, however you feel about it, just received 15-year prison sentence. I read a little bit of this story, then, you know, I'd love to get your particular perspective on it. Casanova has been behind bars for quite some time now. And of course, this story is courtesy of Hot New Hip Hop. Shout to them. HotNewHipHop.com. Back in 2020, he was arrested on racketeering and narcotics charges that typically come with some hefty punishments. Overall, Casanova has been fairly active in terms of speaking out from behind bars. Moreover, just last year, he ultimately pled guilty to narcotics and racketeering conspiracy. Since then, he has been awaiting his sentence, and he even wrote a letter to the judge where he hoped for leniency as he looked to renounce his former life. To quote, "I am telling you and anyone that will listen that I wanted out before I was arrested, and I am out. I've learned through my music career that people will listen and that I don't need to associate myself with a gang to succeed. I don't need to associate with a gang even if I don't succeed," the rapper wrote. To continue his quote, "While I have been in here, I lost my father to cancer. While I put on that strong facade, all I wanted to do was end it. Surviving on Rikers Island and upstate correctional facilities were not easy, with racial and gang tension and violence at its heights. Unfortunately, it is now being reported by multiple outlets that Casanova has been sentenced to 188 months in prison, or roughly 15 years. This ruling comes from the bench of the U.S. District Judge Philip M. Halpern. Overall, Casanova will have to spend over 18 years in prison. This comes during reports of violence with the correctional system. As you reported, Casanova had been beaten while in jail and was left bloody. His lawyers claim his life has been in danger ever since renouncing his previous gang affiliation. Moving forward, it's going to be a long and difficult road for the artist. Hopefully, he is able to find strength during this difficult time." To end the article, shout to Hot New Hip Hop. What's your thoughts on Casanova's situation, good brother?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna start with this, right? I've heard this brother's name. I'm not in tune with what's happening with him fully. I've heard about his situation. So let me ask you. He's just asking. He's guilty for what he did, or what's the situation? Like,
I mean, allegedly, brother. I wasn't there at the trial, but I mean, they seem to have a hefty amount of evidence on the brother. Allegedly, like phone calls, texts, him at the scenes of particular people, being transitioned to the other side. We'll just say it like that. And him having his hands in a lot of dirty work, whether he did it himself or he paid for other people who were lower members of his set to get it done. Drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, a gamut of things. They saying they pinned on him. People were saying he might have got up to double life. He ended up getting around 15 years. Some people say that's because he dropped his flag. He was able to get the lesser sentence, but when he dropped his flag, then they attacked him in jail and allegedly left him bucked up on both sides and all type of wild stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's messy.
Yeah.
That's messy, man. I think that's the tricky part, right? With a lot of these cats that get put on within like the past 5-10 years, like there's so much street culture behind when they get on. Like I feel like it's always been like that, right? Like in the 90s, you know, Irv and Jay and even like 50 and all of them. There was a lot of you know, street things going on that helped them connect with each other on a rap level. You know what I mean? Like even going to like Supreme Team and Queens and all of that. Like there was a lot of that. There was a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? That they can't necessarily talk about in music, but if you smart and you know this person, and they all talking about the kind of life they had before rap, then you know that there's some kind of connection there. You know what I mean? So it's always been like that. But nowadays you got these younger cats, right? And they just in a whole different kind of the streets and the gangs are just completely different now, you know? So now, but the labels are putting these cats on like with the quickness, and I still don't understand fully what's happening with that. But a lot of these cats, now you got basically you just got a bunch of niggas that's like got street connections and whatnot. getting put on to the game. So now they're in the game, and now they're more known. Now they have more fame. You know what I mean? Now their whole gang is in it. Now that gang is influencing the next generation of kids. You know, so it's like it's really messy with the streets. I feel like in hip hop right now. Like that's why like every other week, if even every other week, you're seeing somebody else get shot that you haven't even heard of yet. You know what I mean? Like literally, like, and then it's like, oh, this person was part of this person's crew, and it's like, okay, now I know who they are. I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's so like.
Yeah, speak to that, brother. Speak to it seeming like not to cut you off, but I think you spot on. Like it's seeming like for some people who do certain types of hip hop, their criminal record being their promotional campaign into the music, and like do you see that? Like, how do you see that ending? Do you see that? I was talking to some people recently, and they was like, they see that shit is part of my friend that's gonna eventually eat itself alive. Like, you can't really have a long-standing, successful brand off of people completely destroying each other. Not saying that it was never, some beefs in hip hop, but like for that to be like the calling card and the pedigree of how you're moving the entire time. Do you think that that's a sustainable thing long term, or do you see that eating itself up, or do you see that having another 50-year stretch? What's your thoughts?
Honestly, it's one of those things where, like, not to do like conspiracies and stuff, but it's more like straightforward. I feel like.
Listen, man, this is the place. Feel comfortable.
Of course, yeah. Like there's a reason why that music comes out. There's a reason why the labels push that music. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's a reason why there's a whole generation of kids now being that came up. Maybe they were 10 years old listening to Chief Keef, but now it's 10 years later, and after Chief Keef, there's been 100, 200 other Chief Keefs and gang members that follow them. You know what I mean? So now these kids are 20 years old, 19 years old. And it's like, like there's always been street rap. And I feel like there's been different levels of street rap. But there's a certain recklessness to it now because, the internet influence as well. So it's like the kids are just influenced differently nowadays, to say the least. You know what I mean? So when you put that out there, like, when you put that out there as like the cool thing to a kid when he's 12 years old, when you put Chirac out there, or you put the Casanova situation, or the Schmurda situation, or any of these cats, bro, you know what I mean, that really were like pushing like some street gang shit as being cool and still are. It's like you're influencing a whole generation of kids, man. That's why all these kids keep killing each other, man. Like like it's literally like it's straight to the point. You put out the music about killing each other, influence the kids, make it look cool. Now they're killing each other. Now look how many young black youth are now gone. You feel me? So to me, it's like there's a reason why the labels are putting out that music. There's a really reason for that shit, man. Like I feel like they're almost like, there's a lot of cats that get signed, man. There's a lot of cats getting signed. There's a lot of these cats getting signed, like a lot. Like it's more than usual. Like, and I always see like it makes me wonder, like when you see them and they just got put on, but they're full of diamonds and all of that. I'm like, your drug game ain't that strong. Like he wasn't out there like that. So it's like the labels are literally just giving them this money, making them look good. It's almost like an exchange. It's like, yo, I'm gonna give you this, you're gonna look good, yada yada yada. Just put out this music. Keep putting out this music. Yeah. Yeah, keep talking about killing. Yeah, keep talking about all of that.
Do you think there's any substance to the rumors of industry plants and people with particular agendas being, like you said, out there to serve up a certain objective for the people in the upper room, if you will? There's always been these conversations about meetings with CEOs who allegedly also have they hand in the correction system and have stocks and own private prisons and putting out these rappers that lead to people having to do jail time and all type of wild shit. Even if the truth of it is not that extreme, do you see any truth in these allegations that have always been whispers in the industry of people who benefit from the criminality that occurs from people hearing this type of music and emulating it and wanting to be the next stars up for said things?
Of course. Of course, man. There's always somebody getting money at the top, but I feel like even more than getting money from it and whatnot, there's getting the pleasure of stopping someone from getting in your way. You know what I mean? If you eliminate a whole generation of young black youth before they get a chance to even hit 20, 21 years old, then you just eliminated so many people that would be smart enough, stronger than you, faster than you. You know what I mean? Being able
So much
to step
potential.
into so much potential to cut your kids off and whatever you're trying to do with your kids that you're raising. You know what I mean? Like there's so much like there's reasons why they're trying to get rid of and exterminate and destroy us in so many ways, you know, because they get to stay on top. And it's silly to me, man. Like for what? Like I don't understand. Money's not that serious. Like it was never that serious. Like money was never that serious. Am I bugging? Like
Nah, I've heard some old mafia tapes and stuff where people be like, it don't even be about the money because they could print the money. It be about the power. What you think about that? They just want to be in control of how the legacies move. They want those masters. They want those intellectual properties. They want their grandkids to be fed off of Nas's first album for the next 3-4 generations.
No, it's true, man. And I think it's also like I think it's like a power thing, but also like I said, like they don't want us to have power. They know like we're the advanced species, so to say. You want to put it that way. Like, no, I'm not to say they're different species, but you know what I'm saying. Like we're advanced, you know what I mean? So it's like do whatever you can to put us down. Put the bad food in the grocery stores. Put the horrible music in our ears. Like I always say, I feel like we messed up as hip hop. Like they were like 10 years into hip hop, right? 10 years into hip hop, they putting us on the radio. We got the native tongues all over the radio. You got Wu-Tang talking about peace God. You got Nas dropping knowledge. We messed up, man. We shouldn't have dropped so much knowledge. Like that was the radio. They were like, hold on a second. This can't be good. Like they were like, nah, this can't be good. So I feel like that's why, you know, like the 2000s, I feel like it was more fun. We were having fun. You know what I mean? The music was good. Of course, there was still violence in hip hop, of course, but on the radio, it was like feel good music almost. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And now it just turned into something different. Like,
well said.
Like I said, you got the internet. Like you got the internet, you got kids doing TikTok dances to songs about ops. Like it's like, you know what I mean? It's tricky now. It's tricky.
Very well said. Very well said.
Pray for the kids.
Every day, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me get your perspective on one more story, man. This one is a bit more on the business side. Uzi Vert, Young Thug, and Gunna sued for over $1 million for allegedly jacking a sample.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. Here with Eli Black. Shouts to Digital Music News. Ashley King always doing dope work over there. Little Uzi Vert, Young Thug, and Gunna sued for $1 million over allegedly stealing a sample. Sun City Publishing is suing Little Uzi Vert, Young Thug, and Gunna for allegedly sampling Blackout's 1995 song "Dim the Lights" for their collective track "Strawberry Peels" without permission. The artist labels Atlantic and Generation Now and Strawberry Peels producer Wheezy have also been named in the lawsuit. Court documents allege that Sun City Publishing never gave Uzi permission to use the sample of "Dim the Lights." Because Strawberry Pills has amassed more than $1 million as a successful hit with over 39 million streams on Spotify and more than 4 million plays on YouTube. That's fire. Sun City is asking at least that amount in damages. Oh, they trying to take the whole bag. See, that's you got to clear these records, man.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, this is crazy. Hold on 1 second. I'll finish right here. This lawsuit is only the latest legal issue for Young Thug and Gunna, both of whom were indicted. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm skipping over that. On December, Gunna secured his freedom. Great. All right, let's talk about, hold up. And right here, This article just came out the other day as the follow-up exclusive copyright infringement lawsuit versus Uzi Vert and Young Thug and Gunna settled out of court. So in January, the charges was filed, and they just recently settled it out. Sun City Publishing launched the lawsuit in 2023. The court has been advised that this action has been settled. The court therefore orders that this action is hereby dismissed without cost and without prejudice to the right upon good cause shown within 45 days. The brand, while this brings this, so pretty much they settled out of court for the damages for this record. What's your thoughts on artists jacking people's samples and feeling like they can just use other people's stuff without permission? I know we've all done it as producers, but like when you get to a particular level, should you be clearing your records? Should you be trying to do things the more appropriate way? Especially like if if you're using the records of other people that look like you and share your reflection. It's not like they talking about he did this to Sting. They talking about he did this to another artist like that's really out here creating and grinding. What's your thoughts, man?
Yo, it's so as a producer, like I sample all the time, right? I don't have the label connections and all of that. I'm sure I could if I really wanted to go around, finding ways to clear a sample. Maybe I don't find it necessary yet at this point. But yeah, I've sampled stuff before. Like, you know what I mean? I try to sample things and not make it as obvious when I sample. But if I had the connections like they did, I would never waste time with that. Like, yo, can I use this sample or not? Like I know that's why I never got about cats in the industry that get caught with that. Like, why not? Like, what happened? Like, you know what I mean? Or maybe sometimes I'll say this too. Maybe sometimes they're just willing to take the risk and pay the bread.
But see, if they come out fire, then we'll talk about the bag later, right?
yeah. That's kind of where I'll be at. But it's like it's definitely risky, but it's also one of those things where it's like I wonder like now that that's happening. Now that they paid, was the sample cleared?
I mean, they had to figure something out. They threw him a bag. They must have gave him permission after they gave him whatever they was looking for that they felt was reasonable.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But yeah, if I was I'll say when I'm on, you know what I mean? Because like, I'll say one thing. I'm blessed to be around musicians, right? So it's like worst coming to worst, I can always ask somebody else to like play it over in a different kind of way.
Some of the dopest musicians in the city at that.
No, for real, man. For real.
Amazing, brother. Speaking of that, brother, like, which do you prefer? Like, just getting up there and going crazy by yourself, or incorporating what you do with a live band?
I would,
because there's pros and cons to both. I would imagine. You know what I'm saying? From your perspective, you've done so many of each. Like which do you prefer, or is it dependent on the setting more so?
It depends, right? Because like I used to be part of a band and we would actually perform songs that we would write together and stuff. That was a dope experience. But then I also, go to jam sessions a lot, so that's a whole different band experience. But I really want to. I think I would say there's really nothing like performing, your own music with a DJ. You know what I mean? Your own beats, your own lyrics, like. They're just on a big stage, you know what I mean? That's just the best feeling. Crowd singing along, right? I think that's the best feeling to me. But of course, rocking with bands is like that's a top-notch feeling, I would say.
But from your perspective, ain't nothing like you that DJ and that microphone in the crowd, just vibing along.
Yeah, the right sound system, like you know what I mean? There's nothing like that, honestly.
Nah, I definitely concur, man. Yo, brother. So what do you guys have? You guys are in the middle of a season right now, man. How does it feel? How's it going? I like how's the energy? I know the city is at a fever pitch with everything going on right now. So how does it feel to be in the midst of one of y'all? I guess I would say most notable seasons. You know, with everything that y'all had leading up to it. Currently in the city, man. Like how's it going? Tell us, please. Give us a deep dive.
Yo, it's interesting because like summer just started, right? So like we start a month and a half before summer starts.
Yes.
So it's almost like we already outside, like you know what I mean. So it's almost like I feel like we haven't even been hit yet with like the summer, the park in the summer. Like it's been people outside, and the park's been like really big. I mean, Cypher's been really big this season a couple of times. Like a lot of people just really standing there and watching for a minute. But the summer hasn't fully started yet. It hasn't been like hot for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row yet, kind of thing, you know. So it's like, yeah, we don't even. I'm still anticipating it, even though we in it already. That's the crazy part about it, you know. That's the crazy part about doing it for like 6 months, is that just like, you know, this period. It's like the beginning, then it's like, all right, now summer's here, and it's like, all right, now summer's winding down, you know. You've seen it. You've seen how it goes.
Of course, yeah. It's a different. It's waves to the energy, man. It's times I got the fever pitch going out there, and it's times, you know, depending on if it's a little more gloomy in the weather day, if it's just more of the core fans and whoever's walking by. But brother, how do you feel like, brother? You've had people out there in pouring rain. I mean, pouring rain, bro. Like. And they out there, they rapping. If the beats is out, if y'all there, if y'all set it off, if y'all announce it, it's going down. Y'all pull up with that cart, but it's the family out. Like, how does that feel, bro? Like that's almost something big concerts can't even pull off sometimes, bro. To get people to be out there in the middle of the rain, like real pouring rain, and not even giving a damn. How does that? Brother, how do you cultivate such a loyal energy?
Yo, honestly, I think that's the thing. Like once I see that or saw that, like, you know, multiple times, that's one of those things where I was like, all right, people really need this. Like they out here for a reason. You know? Like cats really like pulling up, not just to rap, but it's something about it. Like it's something about the energy there that, I mean, maybe I gotta ask people personally what it is, you know, that makes them pull up like that. But that's like, yeah, every time that happens, I'm like, oh, it doesn't feel like people are going to pull up. Whether it's 10, 15 people or 30, like people are going to pull up. People are going to stop and watch even in the rain. Like, to me, I love that though. It's empty. The park is empty. It's drizzling a little bit. It don't even be pouring. You know, if it's pouring, we're going to be underneath something. But
of course,
you know, it's just us
and
in the middle of the park.
Still rocking underneath the train station, still going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel it's almost like therapy for people, bro? Like it's like a communion. It's almost like church. It's almost like a shared camaraderie. Like it's almost like a dope club to be in, bro. Like almost at this point, it's almost walking, and like it's not just a cipher no more. Like this is like almost like a spiritual artistry thing that people feel like they need.
Definitely. Even people just walking up to it for the first time, like if in the right moments when they pull up to that, it's like, you know, they get that vibe too. And it's people that's been here for the first time and they say like what you just said to me, you know, something of that nature. So like it's definitely everything you just said. It's church, it's therapy, it's the dojo, you know.
Come on.
It's
steel out there sharpening steel.
Yeah. And even if you're just watching, you know, you got to sharpen your mind, because where else do you go that you can watch people think that quickly? And then you also have to be able to listen that quickly and understand what's happening.
Come on.
So, yeah.
Come on. It's almost like a ball player that get the red shirt a year. Even if you an artist that just pull up and you don't jump in the first couple times, you getting to watch other people who seasoned or semi-seasoned or just first timers, like how they getting off and how they vibing and interacting with everybody. And it almost kind of gives you a courtside view of how you'd maneuver in a certain situation, or how you could take that and transfer it to other crowds and stuff, and just lessons in crowd control and being able to work with other artists on a stage.
People.
Nah, that us, man. I think it's a lot of teamwork and presentation lessons that you guys give on a regular basis that I don't think people appreciate enough sometimes, especially when you guys are having to lay the hammer down and regulate things. Like y'all trying to instruct people on how to work together as opposed to just your own solo vibe. Do you think one day people will be like, yo, wow, I really was able to take this and that from the Cypher and it made me better in whatever I'm doing? You think people will really sit back and appreciate that?
I hope so. I mean, I think people do this. People, you know, who have said things to me before of that nature. There are, but I hope that one day, like, people really view it as, like, not just in hip hop, but like in the world, as like something monumental, like for people, like for humanity to be recognized as like, yo, this isn't just a movement, like this is something monumental in the world in history. That's my opinion. This doesn't exist. It just doesn't.
Brother, thank you so much, man, for your time. This has been so fire. Please let people know where they could find you at all over the medias, if you don't mind, and let them know what you got coming up for the rest of the summer, brother.
Yo, Eli Black Music. Eli BLACK Eli Black Music. Make sure you follow Legendary Cyphers 360. Yo, I got so much going on right now. The Cypher, of course. I'm definitely going to be releasing music, singles, you know, leading toward the release of my album. I'll be releasing videos. Make sure you just stay connected. I'm very active. The team is very active. There's so much going on. You might blink and miss something. So definitely stay active and follow Eli Black Music. Follow Legendary Cyphers 360.
Brother, thank you so much for the time, man. This has been amazing, man, and I definitely look forward to seeing everything keep bubbling up. Nah, man, this has been one I've definitely been looking forward to for a sec. I humbly appreciate it and looking forward to doing it again soon, man. Peace, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
What's up? I hit you with a little bit of love, a little bit of hate. Just make sure you don't imitate a lock like an inmate. This just in. Mates are trying to come together and start busting for no reason. Now it sounded like percussions. And yo, never been a Putin, but what I put in, leave you rush in. Sound like it was something. Hold on, you does nothing. I rap, I freestyle, I write and do production. It sound like in your mind I cause combustions. Now it's exploding. And yo, it sound like the episode. What's an episode without I? What's a phoenix without E? I'm hooked on phonics, it's a crook without no logic. I'm moving around trying to get something nice up in the pockets. It's not a book, but they try to get me booked on a Friday. So don't look my way, unless I'm trying to get it blacker than Zamunda, Wakanda, or Zimbabwe.
A two-piece special with lots of hot sauce and all the fries you can give me.
Boy, wake up. It's almost chicken time. What? I can't believe what you telling me. What? No way. No goddamn way. Hell no. What is it? These motherfuckers talking about they out of chicken. What? Listen.
Welcome to Colonel's Fried Chicken. Unfortunately, we are out of chicken at the moment. Please go away until we have more chicken. Thank you. God bless.
They ran out of chicken?
Aw, man, this is some old bullshit.
No chicken? You mean I ain't gonna be able to get that bucket?
How can they be out of chicken? It's Colonel's Fried Chicken.
This is outrageous. This is an outrage.
Hello, 911? No, I ain't calling a snitch. I got a real emergency. Yeah, I hope.
Some of us have been looking forward to this day for a long, long time.
Hello, my emergency? These fools done ran out of chicken.
Welcome to Colonel's Fried Chicken. Unfortunately,
I ain't sleeping this motherfucker until I get my chicken. I ain't got chicken to do. I ain't got no job. You better give up. That's what they do. Keep screwing the little man. They're not gonna get away with that. You're right. Hey, he's right. It's time for us to fight back. Let's knock some motherfuckers out about this chicken. We are not gonna take it in there. Damn, I'm chicken. Dinosaur bull.
fought for the spot. Turned my heart into an icebox, and now you believe me. Cause you see all this water dripping like Fiji. How my life feel like a sitcom, it's on repeat. But this shit be my real life, it's no 3D. You'll never know the pain that I feel so deeply. And that lie mean around you complete me. Mine on the line, never on a little. When it all falls down, everything gon' go with you. All them niggas and hoes that you claim ain't gon' miss you. Claiming that you great, but you really be the issue. Just cause you getting money, that don't make your ass official. Praying on a week, I hope the Lord, he be with you. Bitch, I'm going up, blowing up just like a missile. Remember them hard times we couldn't eat because the rent due. Mine on the line, never on a little. When it all falls down, everything gon' go with you. All them niggas and hoes that you claim ain't gon' miss you. Claiming that you great, but you really be the issue. Just cause you getting money, that don't make your ass official. Praying on the week, I hope the Lord, he be with you. Bitch, I'm going up, blowing up just like a missile. Remember them hard times we couldn't eat because the rent due. Yeah.
All the people with the backwards attitude, pointing fingers, and that's a bad excuse for sitting on your ass when you get paid.